All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to my elder apostles, to my elder bishops, to my elder teachers of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right, Shalom. Also Shalom to the few sisters, the Yahawah, that listen and follow this truth in all sincerity. Shalom to you sisters, to you Yahawah. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners who may not have the physical appearance of your typical Hebrew Israelite, but spiritually they believe in this truth. And at the end of the day, that means you're an Israelite, man. Okay? Don't matter how you look. If you believe in this truth, if you believe in Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai, and as I said, it's 100% truth, then you're an Israelite. All right, shalom to y'all, shalom to the hopeful elect. And yeah, man, we told y'all, man, that these things were going to happen. Okay, at the end of the day, via the prophets, the Lord has been letting it be known what's about to go down. So, of course, everybody is talking about what's going on between Israel, the U.S., and Iran, which is biblical prophecy, man. So we're just one step closer to ultimately the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. So I got a few articles that I want to go into and a few precepts, and that'll be the lesson. I want to start in this article right here. And I'm in the Reuters app. So this is the article that I'm going to go into right here. So it reads, Iran conflict widens to Lebanon, Kuwait. Mistakenly, Iran conflict widens to Lebanon. Kuwait mistakenly downs U.S. jets. All right, so things is heating up, man, you know. So you see the summary right here. Hezbollah joins conflict. Israel hits back. Kuwait mistakenly shoots down 3 U.S. jets, which ain't nothing by mistake, man. Everything is moving according to the will of the Heavenly Father. All right, see, the Lord is the one that's putting into the minds of these nations for war, man. Okay. Let me grab this. Real quick. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High Yahawah ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So the Lord is the one that's in control. He's the one that sets up these kings as far as the ones that are in power. And right now he has the basis of man, of all man in power, which is the Edomites. Okay, these beginning with these elite banking families. Okay, the so-called white race. Okay, the so-called white man. Okay, which we say so-called because he's not white, he's actually red. And his biblical nationality goes back to being the Edomites, right? If their bloodline goes back to being the Edomite, okay? Because you also have, Edomites that, are spread amongst these other nations, as well as, Jake. You got Edomites that look like Jake, but, spiritually their line goes back to being an Edomite. Okay, so ultimately, man, this is just, the will of the Yahawah B'Shem Yahushai. But speaking about the Edomites, they are the ones that's in power. And see, the Lord has a particular spirit on Nero, DJ Trump, right now. And ultimately, the Lord is using him to bring forth prophecy, okay? Biblical prophecy. Now, I want to grab this. In Luke 21, Salakia. Bear with me real quick. Try this again. And that's a spirit. You can't even keep up. That's a spirit, man. Things is happening. You can't. It's so much. Prophecies and news taking place that's leading to biblical prophecy, man. You can't even keep up, man. All right. Now I want to read Luke, the 21st chapter. I'm going to read it in the KJV and the NLT. Right. Let's start at verse 6. As for these things which ye behold, the days will come in the which there shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And ultimately, the Lord is coming back to throw down all of, ultimately, he's coming back to take down Esau, and his rulership. He's coming back to take down Esau and take this devil out of power. And, everything that he's established, the Lord is coming back to destroy it, man. Okay. Let's read it in the NLT. The time is coming when all these things will be completely demolished. Not one stone will be left on top of another. All right. Going back to the KJV. And they asked him, saying, Master. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to read it in the NLT. Salakia. Teacher, they asked, when will all this happen? What sign will show us that these things are about to take place? He replied, he being Yahawah, in a red letter, meaning these are the words of Yahawah. Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah, and saying the time has come, but don't believe them. Yeah, you got a lot of false prophets out here claiming that they have the truth. You even got people so outlandish, they're actually calling themselves the Messiah themselves, man. So, but see, the Lord gave us the Rakak Kodash and the eye salve to see through the madness, man. We understand Yahawah is going to return during the midst of World War III. And he's going to come back in a glorious fashion on the fathership, man, a so-called UFO. Okay? So the Lord has allowed us to understand these things. But see, you have a lot of our people that get caught up in the lies of these false prophets, man. And every one of them are going to be destroyed. The false prophet and the ones that believed in the false prophet. Okay, as the scriptures say, the deceived and the deceiver are his. Okay, so the Lord is the one that put the particular spirits on these individuals to be false prophets and for the ones to follow these false prophets, because ultimately the Lord is going to destroy them, man. Okay. It says, and saying the time has come, but don't believe them. And when ye hear of wars and insurrections, don't panic. And that's what we're hearing right now. Okay, we're hearing the wars, certain insurrections, these conflicts that's going on, right? As I'm reading right here in this article, it says, don't panic. Yes, these things must take place first, but the end won't follow immediately. We understand that, you have a lot of people, especially on social media, TikTok, right? Family members, they're thinking that World War III is getting ready to pop off any minute. But they don't understand that certain other prophecies have to take place. The MOTB got to be mandated, man. The Revelation 13 and 16. Okay. And that's going to happen ultimately when this economy collapses. But the Lord has certain things that are leading to the collapsing of the economy. Okay. When the dollar collapses, when you won't be able to use paper money or currency to buy, sell, trade, or whatever, they're going to roll out the MOTB. That's why you had DJT when he first came into office. He was surrounded by these tech billionaires, man. Okay, because ultimately this fourth industrial revolution is going to be they're trying to establish a technocracy. Okay, that's why they're making everything digital. So everything is leading to the biblical prophecies. See, at one point, people was calling us crazy, beginning with our elder apostles and elder bishops on down. They were calling us crazy at one point, calling us conspiracy nuts. Even guys that knew that they were Israelites, like Bishop Nate, right? They was calling us conspiracy nuts, conspiracy theorists. But now we're not looking so crazy now. Crazy now because you're seeing these prophecies unfolding right before our very eyes, man. And it's a beautiful thing. See, we told you people, right? We told you that these things were going to happen. Okay. So it says, so yeah, from now I want to read this article. So going into the summary, it says Hezbollah joins conflict. Israel hits back. Kuwait mistakenly shoots down 3 U.S. jets. Senior security official says Iran will fight on. Trump says war could last longer than 4 to 5 weeks. And just so happens it's only 4 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks in a month. Now, you're going to see why I said that in just a moment, right? Because ultimately we're in the month of March. And as a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull that out. The month of March is named after an ancient Greek god. Okay, for the ones who didn't know this, so I went to ChatGPT. I typed in what ancient Greek god is the month of March named after. So it says the month of March is named after the Roman god Mars. Mars was the Roman god of war. So every time March rolls around, that's when you see, war and conflict kind of rise up, because ultimately everything that's happening is of the Lord, of course, but he's using these Edomites, these small hats, these elite banking families. They are the ones that are controlling the wars and so on and so forth, man. They're funding both sides of the wars. That's why these wars are also known as bankers' wars, man. Okay. And ultimately they have a God complex. They want to be like the Most High. So it's certain things that they'll do to try to make themselves as if, they're the Most High. Okay. And everything goes back to, paganism, worshiping some type of pagan god, man. That's what these heathens do, especially Esau Edom. That's what he's doing right now. Okay, going back to and worshiping these ancient Canaanite gods, so on and so forth, man. So it says Mars was the Roman god of war and was one of the most important deities in ancient Rome. And that's why, hey, look, we're in Rome 2.0, right? America, Babylon the Great, also known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt, okay, which is certain parallels that you can link between America and Egypt. Of course, Sodom and Gomorrah, in the cities that surrounded Sodom and Gomorrah, where they were doing all type of abominable acts, sexual acts and so on and so forth. Right, and you're seeing that play out today here in Babylon. America, the mother of all harlots, all of these ancient wicked civilizations that rose and fell, they're pretty much back here today in the spirit, in the reincarnation, man. Okay, all of those ancient customs are being worshipped once again, and the same spirits are back here doing the same thing, except all of them are being worshipped at one time here in America. And that's why the ultimate destruction is getting ready to come to pass, man. Okay. Starting back again, it says Mars was the Roman god of war and was one of the most important deities in ancient Rome. The month was called Martius in Latin and was originally the first month of the Roman calendar, marking the beginning of the military campaigning season in spring. Although Mars is Roman, he is closely associated with the Greek god Ares, who represents war in Greek mythology. So that's the point. You see? So that's why you're seeing these things, and we'll see, man, Lord willing, things continue to escalate, and it ain't no turning back, right? But Lord willing, these things continue to escalate more and more, because we've seen the U.S., take out certain Iranian officials and so on and so forth. But every year it gets hotter. Okay, and these are Iranians. They remember, they haven't forgotten all of their leaders that have been taken out, and they just took out another one. I forgot his name. It may mention it in this article. So at the end of the day, there's no turning back. But the Lord is the one that's doing these things. He's orchestrating it. And so we hope and pray that things just continue to escalate more and more and more. Okay. So it says Dubai, Washington, the U.S. and Israeli air war against Iran widened on Monday with no end in sight as Israel attacked Lebanon in response to strikes by Hezbollah, and Tehran kept up its missile and drone attacks on Gulf states. President Donald Trump said the operation could continue for some weeks and that it was unclear who was in charge of Iran, following the killing right here. They're naming the leader right here. Following the killing of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, Ali Khamenei at the weekend. So that's another leader, supreme leader that they've killed. Okay. The attack on Iran has pitched the Gulf into war, thrown global air transport into chaos, and shut down shipping through the Strait of Hormuz, where a fifth of the world's oil trade skirts the Iranian coast, sending oil prices surging. So gas about to rise back up every time war takes place. And see, these elites, they're playing with the people. They're ultimately playing mental warfare with the people, right? Because for a period of time, they've had gas prices kind of low. Now everything about to spike back up, right? Things are about to get shut down again. So people are going to, they're going to lose it when all hell breaks loose, man. So this is why you got to be rooted in Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, man. Okay? Because it's about to go down. You see? Underlying the risk, Kuwait mistakenly shot down 3 American F-15E fighter jets during an Iranian attack. U.S. Central Command said all 6 crew members ejected and were safely recovered. Video filmed at a location verified by Reuters showed one of the planes spiraling out of the sky and an engine on fire. And I just thought about this. You also had a so-called T attack, I think in Texas, and they had this dark-skinned individual, most likely a Hamite, could be a Jake, but on his shirt, it was saying for Allah or something like that. So we see what's going on, man. Hey, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man, because ultimately these devils are going to try to tie everything back into us. And that's when that persecution is coming. See how the Lord has everything happening all at once and setting up everything all at once, at the same time, man. So this is how we know that the Lord is close. And this is what you call measuring the times. Okay. Let's go here. 2 Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord is doing that, man. So measuring the time is paying attention to what's going on and linking it to biblical prophecy, man. So we're seeing it play out right before our very eyes, man. Okay, I'm going to jump down just a little bit. Trump says operation ahead of schedule. In his most extensive public comments so far, Trump said he had ordered the attack to thwart Tehran's nuclear program. They've been talking about that for since the early 90s, man, maybe the late 80s, going into Iran's nuclear war program. They see Esau, he's a one-trick pony. He uses the same rhetoric, the same playbook to try to ultimately exploit these nations of their resources, man, because he's a greedy bastard. All right, but at the end of the day, that greed is what's going to be his downfall, man. You see? In his most extensive public comment so far, Trump said he had ordered the attack to thwart Tehran's nuclear program and a ballistic missile program that he said was growing rapidly. But he gave no sign that the operation would end soon. Right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that, he said at the White House. In the first formal Pentagon briefing since the campaign began, the chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, said more forces were still on their way to the region. This is not a single overnight operation. The military objectives will take some time to achieve, and in some cases will be difficult and gritty work, Kane said. So ultimately, man, these are the times we're in, man. You know, y'all can go and read the rest of this article. You know, I'm going to bring out some precepts and close out. But we see the times that we're in, man. So let me go back here. Luke 21:9 once again. And when you hear of wars and insurrections, don't panic. Yes, these things must take place first, but the end won't follow immediately. Okay, so we're seeing that we're at the end times, man. Right? I'm going to go here to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, and the 3rd verse. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So yeah, hey, the Lord ain't tarrying anymore, man. The Lord is bringing these prophecies to pass right before our very eyes. Okay, and I also wanted to bring this out, which I found interesting. Let me see if I can pull it out right here. So also there's a blood moon and a lunar eclipse that's supposed to take place, I believe, tonight. It says a total lunar eclipse will turn the moon blood red for billions across North America, Australia, and East Asia. You see, so these are the signs of the Lord, man. A total lunar eclipse will occur on March the 3rd, and that's spiritual within itself. The number 3, understanding, creating a dramatic red blood moon for sky watchers across North America, Australia, and East Asia. During the March lunar eclipse totality, when the moon is fully immersed in Earth's dark umbral shadow and appears blood red. So yeah, man, the Lord got it popping. You see? So hey, at the end of the day, we have to continue to stand firm and trust in Yahawah, man. Because at the end of the day, we understand that we're right. We know that the Lord is dealing with us, beginning with our elder apostles, elder teachers on down, elder bishops on down. We're following the right men, and the Lord is showing us ultimately that everything that we've been learning, we've been reading about is true, and that He's about to return and deliver us, Lord willing. I'm of the elect. Okay, He's coming back to deliver the elect, and we hope and pray that we're of that number. And we understand that that's the only way that we're going to make it out of this, man, because the Lord is getting ready to bring that wrath. Okay, and we're seeing it play out firsthand, man. But like I said, I didn't want to make this lesson too long. Lord willing, this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Makahakwadash. Double honors to my elder apostles, elder bishops, elder teachers of great millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Until next time, shalom.